Good afternoon, Flosstube. It is May 2nd. Happy May. I hope you have had a good start to this beautiful month when everything happens at once. Graduations, end of school, getting ready for summer. Oh my goodness. We are thrilled to see the sun coming in the window after several days of rain, hail, tornado watches. Oh my, it's been a spring in Texas, but sun is coming out. We have been told that tomorrow will be 90 degrees Fahrenheit, so summer has inched its way in. The rest of the week is supposed to be in the 80s, so we won't complain. We are happy to see the sunshine. Welcome to all my viewers who've been with me a long time, and also to any new viewers. I really appreciate you. There are so many floss tubers out there and so many videos this weekend. I know everyone is excited about Stitch Mania, but I wanted to get in my video because I had promised you the birthday haul and my package arrived. I squealed with delight on Thursday when it came in. So I definitely want to show you all my Russian goodies, and I have some updates. I know you cannot believe it after 1 week that I would have progress, but it's exciting to show what I have. So let's get started, and hopefully this will be helpful and a little bit of relaxing for you. So let's start with the projects that I've made progress on. If you remember last video, I was complaining about my top band of Dankworth by Long Dog Samplers because I had made a big old counting boo-boo. And so many of you made such gracious comments. Some said fudge it, some said frog it, some said put it in timeout. But since this piece has been in timeout more than once, I didn't take that approach. And I was trying my best to fudge. But people, these Long Dog Samplers are so symmetrical and so geometric that I just figured it would be more trouble than it was worth to try to fudge. So as you can see, it has been frogged where the problem was. I have put back in the green outline, if you will, and a little bit of color, but my goal or my plan is to start over here now because one of my sweet viewers, Karen, Sassenach Stitcher, said, start on the other side and work toward the middle and see where you are because that seems to work well on these geometric bands. That isn't what she said. I'm paraphrasing that, but I thought it was a great suggestion. So I will start here on this side, start putting my color in and my designs, and hopefully as I move over, everything will gel. That is my goal. This is definitely on my mania list, so I'm hoping to get some progress on that, if not as much as I would like. Now the sun went behind a cloud, but hopefully you can see those colors. You know this is a favorite of mine, and I believe we have 2 more bands at the bottom. There may be 3. This is done on 36 count linen, 2/2, everything DMC, which was called for in the pattern. Then you remember that the piece I could not put down was this Rosewood Manor, Music Amongst the Trees, which was a gift from my dear friend Donna. We were going to do it as a SAL, but it has now become my project, and her daughter will be starting her part of the SAL. Just one of those stitches that you cannot put down. It is that much fun to stitch. This also uses DMC. It calls for DMC, and I chose, or we both chose, the white linen that comes from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to try to show you this in its entirety, and then I'll hold it up a little closer to the camera with just one section at a time. So we have the whole top motif complete as far as the base of it, not the animals, of course. And then we have 2 trees now, and that quote at the bottom. Now let me show you the part that has the most progress. The tree on the far, excuse me, the far side is just lovely. It has those little pink touches. So this is that side. There's a cute little bird. And then the tiny little tree right there. And you had seen the trees in the middle. And I know you did see my owl and my cute blackbird. Holding those up a little closer just in case. So there is that. And I had not read you the verse, so I thought I would read that very quickly because it is a really lovely thought. There is always music amongst the trees in the garden, but our hearts must be very quiet to hear it. I'm not familiar with the person to whom the quote is attributed. I want to look up her name, and I'll tell you more about that if I find out anything about her. But this one is also on my mania list, 32 count white linen with the called for DMC. And this is also 2/2. Definitely on the mania list. All right. Then I pulled out my Prairie Life Sampler, which is Heartstring Samplery, and I do have a picture on my computer. I have no idea if you'll be able to see that. This is actually a 1, 2, 3 stitch page. But that is the sampler I'm working on for my granddaughter. It is based on the books and life of Laura Ingalls Wilder. And for this one, I wanted to be sure that the border met up before I even crossed my X's. And then I have worked on some of the little trees up at the top. And people, the border met the first time. I was so thrilled. And you can see it's going to be very small because this is actually on 40 count. And the name of the linen is flax. And I realized that our light has just left us. Oh, some of us need to learn about lighting. So I have not worked on the words at all, but just after finishing the border and crossing the X's, I started on those trees. So the first tree is complete except for the trunk. Started this second tree, and it will be filled in with another color where you see fabric there. I have to tell you my favorite part of this stitch is the charts that Beth sends, Beth Twist. It's big, it's easy to read, just a very delightful stitch. So I recommend her to you, but of course she is so many people's favorite or one of their top favorite designers, so I don't have to tell you that. And this one is the one that was on 40 count that I kept telling you was on 36. So I am using my magnifier on my light, but it's working out well, I'm very happy to say. Okay, the other progress, oh hang on, let me show you this. I'm scattered. We found this in the drawer. I had bought it on clearance at Hobby Lobby. And so I have put my Prairie Life floss in here in numerical order. And you know, just something this simple makes it so easy to pull the thread you need. And I'm still very attached to the little baggies because when you're finished with the thread, you just slip it right back in there. Still interested in the thread drops, but for now, this is my little organizing tool for Prairie Life Sampler. This was supposed to be an August finish for my granddaughter's birthday. Don't think that's going to happen, but she'll be happy to get it whenever I get it finished. Also a mania, so that gives me 3 manias so far. Whip mania, right? I had forgotten to show you last week all the progress that I made on my trip on my Riolis Rabbits. I have several Riolis kits on the go, and I do love these kits, but they're large for me anyway, so I don't always get a big amount of progress done. But since this is done on 14 count Ada, I was able to get a lot done in the car because it was easy to see. So I want you to see that progress. Oh, now we can see. I filled in more of this bunny's face and a little bit of the background here, which is actually some of the plants. And then this gray bunny is the one that I did the most work on the trip. If you look, you can see his ears, and there's his little eye, and his little nose is right above his friend's head. And you see his little paw coming down. What you see here is the beginning of the vegetation down here. So he will be this long, sitting there beside the little blondish red bunny. So lots of progress on that. I'm so thrilled. And as you remember from the Riolis kits, it is a wool acrylic yarn. And many of these colors in here and in here are blends. So you use one strand of one color, one strand of another. And I do love the way the shading works on these. So love that one. And had just forgotten it when I filmed last week. It just went over my head. I promised to bring you my little seed stitch knitted square. And people, it has not been blocked. It will be square. We have measured. But this is the seed stitch one. So every other square will be seed, every other square will be garter. I love this stitch. It's a knit, purl for the whole thing. And then this, of course, will be the garter stitch one. And you all know what that looks like. These have been quite fun during my meetings. They still allow me to take notes, or when we're watching something on television and the lighting is not good for my cross stitch. So I've been having fun. I'm getting a little faster. Don't give up hope on yourself, right? Now, the birthday haul. And thank you for enjoying this with me. We were quite impressed with the packaging. Each individual item was packaged in bubble wrap with the Owl Forest embroidery tape around it. Beautifully packaged. So there were 3 or 4 of these in that envelope. And then, here's the fun part. What my husband ordered were 2 extra charts and hand-dyed floss for one of those charts, plus the one that I had asked for. So let me show you these. They are packaged in these brown envelopes. And this graph pattern is for Pride and Prejudice. There's several of these. My husband picked Longbourn. I'm hoping you can get a good look at that. So I do not have floss for this. I will use the DMC conversion. And I'll probably just use my own linen. But isn't that delightful? And then he ordered the one called Russian Windows. Now, you know why he ordered that, because of the beautiful blues and also the delightful design of those gorgeous windows. So I'm going to show you the hand-dyed floss that goes with this pattern. We did not get the linen to go with this. I can definitely get a linen that will be gorgeous for that, but please enjoy this gorgeous. If I take it out of the bag, we are going to have floss going everywhere. So I'm going to hold it like this. Hopefully you can see. So there are 4 of these colors. One of the blue there. Excuse me, guys. 2 of the goldish taupe there on the end. 1 of this green and 2 of these. Let me see if I'm still enough you can see. So they are hand-dyed cotton. And these will be all the colors used for that Russian Windows pattern. Just delightful. Now I'm going to show you on the other kit how the floss looks outside the package. So when you order the whole kit, not just the graph or just the floss, you get this box like this. Look at that seal. Is that not a precious little detail? So obviously I sliced the seal. This is the pattern I had asked for. It's called Sweet Home. And if you will look, the lady in the middle is stitching. And then all around her are the things that we treasure about being a home keeper, a homemaker, a needlewoman. And if you look at their website, you'll be able to see this even better. For those of you who are cat lovers, there is a cat, but she also includes a dog pattern to put in the place of the cat. So when you open the box, everything you need except a pair of scissors is inside the kit. So I'll try to show you, I should have filmed from a different angle, how that looks. I've already worked with this and I'm going to show you that. So you have the floss, you have the instruction leaflet, and I'll show you that again in a moment. Look at that delightful needle minder. Is that not perfect for this design? Let's hold it up properly. So it's a rose in a pot. There's your needle. They even have the needle minder attached to the little owl forest card. Isn't that precious? And then you have your linen. Now, this says that it is Zweigart 32 count, but I want you to see how beautiful this linen is. It is serged perfectly and soft as butter. So this design, I believe, is a vertical one. This will be the size. So that came in the kit. And I don't know if they give this a color, but it's just a buttery off-white, I guess. So in the instruction booklet, and of course you've just got owls all over the place, they talk to us about general cross-stitch tips, but also how to use your hand-dyed floss with the variegation. And of course you can't really see this, but she even gives examples of how it looks if you cross each X, if you cross 3 or 4 X's, if you do it the normal way where you do a whole row and then go back and cross. And in real life, this is very helpful. Sorry that didn't look very clear. And then I have to show you, even though we're not supposed to show graphs, quickly, they're brilliant idea. In each kit that you order, not if you order just the graph. So you would not get this feature if you ordered just the envelope, the graph. But if you order a kit, some of them are available as kits. You get the big full color chart, but you also get, I'm going to do this so quickly, so look quickly, pieces of chart to cut apart and put on your stitching. Now, to me, people, that is brilliant. A lot of us try to do that with our graphs. We'll make another copy and try to attach it to our hoop, but they've provided that, and the charts are large. They are in color. The colors represent the symbols on the thread, not the color that you're going to be stitching. I'm just overwhelmed with the quality. And let me show you about the floss. So I opened this one from the kit because I wanted to bobbinate one of them. So they come, I'm sorry for that rattling. They come like this. So, oh, light, where are you? Twisted like this, and here is your bobbin. You see how it's tied? Isn't that adorable? Now you see the symbol there that corresponds to your chart. So what I did on this one was I took the first one out and I bobbinated it. And the only problem I ran into was that they had stamped my little symbol too high up on the bobbin. That was just somebody wasn't thinking. So I redrew the symbol down here and then bobbinated here. Now I did cut that little slit so that my floss would go in there. That was not there, but that was not a problem. So now I will put all of these on a ring, and I'll have everything stored in my handy little box that came from our forest. So let me show you these beautiful colors. Oh, they are just amazing. So we'll see how much you can see. We have some greens, browns, yellows, pinks, and even a beige. So each one will need to be bobbinated. And they say that they give you at least 1.5 times the amount of floss you'll need, and they encourage you to use any floss you have left to do some of the motifs as little gifts or little smalls. I love that idea. So can you tell who is going to be having a lot of cross-stitch fun? Now, I have held myself back from 3 new starts: Russian Windows, Pride and Prejudice, Sweet Home. Probably mercifully, because I don't have the linen for the 2 that are not in a kit. But this is going to be my 1 new start for Mania, Sweet Home. So for Mania, I will have 4 main whips, and then I have 2 that are going to be hopefully filled in. So this week, starting, should have been yesterday, but we had a really busy day yesterday with a granddaughter, which was just delightful, but a little bit tiring. So it'll be a today start. I will this week do Sweet Home. I will start it and work on it as much as I can this week. And then I will alternate Prairie Life Sampler the next week, or I'm not sure which week will be which. Dankworth by Long Dog Samplers, and Music Amongst the Trees by Rosewood Manor. My 2 alternates are Mary Queen of Scots by Papillon Creations. I need to pull that out somewhere during all of those weeks. And then the second alternate is going to be Pandemic, which I did not bring to show you, but you know that mine is done in the variegated blues, Delft blue on a white heart anchor. So that will be the second alternate project. So I'll have 6 all total. 1 of those is a new start. The other 2 are whips that need a lot of progress. So it's so exciting, and I'm sorry I'm 2 days behind reporting to you, but it's been a busy week. We've had some struggles and some craziness, but then we've also had a lot of blessings. And so it was fun to get on here today and share what I'm hoping to do in the month of May, and I will update you on progress as soon as I can. And thank you for your time today. Please take care of yourselves, stay safe, pick up your stitching every time you can. And my focus for this month, I think, is just be kind and show grace to others as you would want them to show grace to you. More and more, I'm seeing the struggles that people are dealing with, and we all need to love and be kind and gracious as we would hope others would be to us. So that's my challenge for us for this beautiful month of May as we enjoy new starts or whip manias or monogamous mania. Whatever you're going to do, have fun and stay safe. See you soon. Bye.